Welcome to Shortfield. My name's Terry and I'm just arriving at my home airfield of Andrewsfield. It's about 7 miles to the northeast of London's Stansted Airport in Essex, England. It's the Easter weekend and a nice spring day, and although the grass strip is still a little bit soft, the airfield is busy. I live about 20 miles or around 30 minutes driving time from Andrewsfield, and I like to use this drive to get my head into that flying mode. I had planned to visit an airfield on the south coast, but we've had some heavy rain overnight and they've reported that their field was flooded. So I've now decided to visit Deenethorpe. It has a huge hard runway and it's not too far away. Although when I phoned for permission to visit, they did warn me that they were hosting a high performance model jet club and that they were sharing the active runway. This should be interesting.
Fuel pressure low, voltage low.
So we're off to Deenethorpe today. It's a lovely day. Actually, it's my favourite day of the year. Tonight, it's the clocks go forward, so we're officially into, I think it's into summertime, although it's springy, so I think. Yeah, go into British summertime. But hour goes on, lose an hour's sleep. It means we get an hour extra in the evening of daylight, and that makes such a difference. Tonight, sunset will be at 6:28. Tomorrow, it'll be at 7:30 in the evening. So it gives you so much more flying time, especially after work. Yeah, I just love it. The light evenings. Winter can seem so long in the UK if we don't have a very good winter weather-wise. Anyway, so today we're off to Deenethorpe. It's an old RAF airfield. It's got a really big, long, hard runway. I've been advised that they are flying model aircraft from there today, and they're flying jets, so it'd be interesting to go and see that. So I'm quite interested in that. Yeah, we're at Andrewsfield. We're in Charlie Zulu, Golf November Juliet Charlie Zulu, my Piper Sport, which is all back with us now. I'm running absolutely perfectly. Fingers crossed that it stays that way. But yeah. Really looking forward to having a great summer with this and bringing you along with me. So yep, okay, I'm going to give the tower a call. Temperatures are coming up and we'll be on our way. Golf Charlie Zulu, is that the hold? Lining up runway 27 right.
Golf Charlie Zulu, roger, the surface wind 230 degrees, 4 knots.
Golf Charlie Zulu. Nothing on the approach. But this is 27 right. Bit churned up. But it's a lot drier than it was. This is bumpy as anything. Okay, soft field takeoff. Oh. Okay, revs are okay, T's and P's are okay. Airspeed's alive. Keep it up off the runway for a bit, build up a bit of speed. Flaps can come up.
Golf Hotel Echo downwind.
Hotel Echo, roger.
Clear to the right.
That runway is so rough. However, they divide it into two, and in general, 27 right and 09 left are used in the winter, and 27 left and 09 right are used when the strip dries out a bit. And as we're now getting well into spring, we should be switching over to the other runway soon. So as we climb away, I turn right and clear Andrewsfield's traffic zone on a northeasterly heading. That will allow me to start my climb straight away instead of sticking below the low airspace protecting Stansted. I'll step climb, keeping the base of the rising controlled airspace above me as I head out on a northeasterly track, then turning northwesterly for the cruise segment before descending into Deenethorpe and joining the pattern probably via the overhead. As I'm taking a slightly longer route to be able to get high, The track distance is just over 100 nautical miles, and I'm expecting it to take me just under an hour.
So our route today is, I'm actually dragging this out a little bit because I want to clear the airspace here, climb up a bit higher. But yeah, so I've departed runway 27 right, that bumpy old runway, out of out of Andrewsfield, and then I've turned right and then headed in a sort of like northeasterly direction. And I'm going to shortly leave the shelf of the controlled airspace for London Stansted, or shortly leave from under it, where I can climb. Got an airliner above us. That's very cool. So he's 3,000 feet above me. So we've just reached 3,000 feet. And air temperature is 6 degrees. Okay, might get above that. That looks pretty broken to me. So we've cleared that shelf now. These guys are all in the hold above us. Might not be able to see that on the camera, if you can see that. So they're in the hold at Stansted. Past this bit of cloud and then we'll go for that big gap there. Very, very good VFR up here, as you can see. So just getting through that little bit of airspace there, which we're just clearing here. Means we can continue the climb up. Everything's in the green.
So as we make our way towards Deenethorpe, it might be a good time to talk about the airfield's history. Our destination today is another one of those old wartime airfields that's so rich in history. Deenethorpe Airfield in Northamptonshire was established in 1943 during World War II. It served as a crucial base for the United States Army Air Forces. The 401st Bombardment Group, operating Boeing B-17 Flying Fortress bombers, called the airfield home. These bombers played a vital role in the Allied daylight precision bombing campaign over Nazi-occupied Europe. After the war ended in 1945, Deenethorpe's strategic importance declined, leading to its closure as a military base. The land was repurposed for agriculture and many of the wartime structures were dismantled. Today, Deenethorpe Airfield stands as an historical site. Although much of the airfield has returned to farmland, remnants and memorials honour the bravery and dedication of those who served there. We're making good progress up here amongst the clouds, and we've not got too far to go now, so probably best I take a look at the current layout. Deenethorpe Airfield sits at 328 feet above mean sea level, and it's just 4 nautical miles to the east of Corby. It has one usable asphalt runway orientated 0422 at a marked length of 1200 metres or 4,000 feet. But in actual fact, there's over a mile of decent surface left over from the original RAF runway to land on, although at busy times aircraft can be parked at the end. There's no radio service and blind calls are expected to be made on the safety-com frequency of 135.480. The model aircraft group use part of the main runway and have a small 100 metre section marked up around a quarter of the way down from the 04 end.
Golf Alpha Foxtrot approaching the overhead, 2,000 feet, so we'll descend downwind, 22.
Where are you?
Deenethorpe traffic, Golf Foxtrot Alpha Delta Foxtrot is approaching the overhead to descend downwind, runway 22, Deenethorpe traffic.
Golf Charlie Zulu, support cruiser. I'm entering the overhead now at Deenethorpe. Any other traffic? I hear one calling overhead.
Yeah, Golf Alpha Foxtrot's overhead. Just keep an eye out for the other traffic.
Yeah, please be aware, all Deenethorpe traffic, we have model jets operating on the runway today, so please be vigilant, Deenethorpe traffic.
Oh, that's typical. I've been tuned into SafetyCom frequency for a while and not heard anyone making calls at Deenethorpe. Then as soon as I'm just a couple of miles out, I hear 2 other aircraft calling in the overhead and I can't see them. There's one just a few minutes out, and then to top it all off, the model aircraft guys are in full swing halfway down the runway. This is going to be interesting.
Golf Hotel Foxtrot is descending dead side, runway 22, Deenethorpe traffic.
Deenethorpe traffic, Golf Charlie Zulu, full cruise, 2,000 feet in the overhead, contact 1 descending dead side and 1 on downwind, Deenethorpe.
Deenethorpe traffic, Golf Hotel Foxtrot downwind 22.
I'm announcing my position all the time and I'm trying to build up a picture of where everybody is.
So I've got that one on downwind. She's quite slow, so I'm going to have to just stay outside of her.
I'm following a lovely little super cub around the circuit and I'm catching her up. So I make my downwind outside of her to give her time and to give her room. I'm on a 1 mile final, but the cub has landed short and will need to taxi all the way to the end of the runway to park. And as I'm not sure if they allow land afters, where you can both be on the runway at the same time, rather than break any rules, I'll just have to go around and do a quick tight circuit.
Deenethorpe traffic, Golf Charlie Zulu, full cruiser going around.
So back on short final and over the end of the runway. Looks like the modelers are cleared, so I'm all ready to land. I'm not going to bother putting the wheels on the deck as this runway is so long. I fly along the runway a few feet above the ground until I get to where the model aircraft guys are, then I touch down, just before their little marked area. Down at last.
Highly recommend Deenethorpe. They're really inviting. There's loads going on here, but it's just bonkers. Like, everyone has to look out for themselves. You've really got to have your wits about you if you come here. Be prepared to change any plans at any time.
So, after a little walk around the airfield, I'm really interested in that model jet aircraft club. So I take a walk down the runway and go have a look.
Sure one. That's amazing. Did you build this pretty much all yourself?
No, it comes as a set of fiberglass.
You could have told me, but I wouldn't have known.
I don't tell lies.
That's stunning. Is that you, Phil?
No. This is based on a full size.
Ah, right.
It's a 2010 display scheme. He was the pilot. BAE Hall.
Yes, no, I did know that. I'm not very good with my my aeroplane identifications, but I did know this was a Hall, and I saw it when you was flying it around. Yeah, it's just I've never seen any of these before.
Everybody's never seen him is absolutely amazed. They come in and go, "What the hell's going on here?" They've never seen anything like it.
I've never seen anything like it.
It's the very nature of the hobby. We tend to be on remote airfield.
Yeah, well, you need a bit of space, don't you?
So. And it's done by very few people in
I suppose it's the money, the responsibility, plus you've got to get a licence to do it as well, haven't you?
No, there's no licence for it.
You just got to be part of a club there, have you?
Yeah, and there's no competency exam.
Oh, right. And what's your name? Jeff, I'm Terry. That's fantastic.
The guys are very welcoming and I get to see some amazing machines. These things look like the best model you've ever seen, but then they fly. Some of them are over 200 miles an hour.
Oh, buttered it!
Honestly, the skills these guys have is awesome, and it's a real responsibility to stick one of these £15,000 plus machines in the air. Right, it's time to go. I say my goodbyes and head back to the aircraft. So I'm taking a look at that windsock behind us, and it's not doing anything, so there's hardly any wind at all. I know I landed sort of in that direction. I'm going to take off in that direction. Yeah.
massive long runway here, so plenty for us. And looks like the modelers have finished now, or just about to finish. What a wonderful day, absolutely fantastic. Deenethorpe really done me proud, wonderful. Right, let's get back in the aircraft, get back to Andrewsfield.
Okay, so we're going to take off. We'll just go past those guys. All in the greens, trim sensible.
I was going to go from here, but I don't think the modelers have seen me taxiing towards them, and it looks like they're just landing a little jet in front of me.
Oh.
Oh dear, looks like they've had an accident and the wheels come off of one of the planes.
Off the wheel.
Deenethorpe traffic, Golf Charlie Zulu Sport Cruise departing runway 04 Deenethorpe.
Deenethorpe traffic, Golf Charlie Delta November, Golf taxi threshold 04 Deenethorpe.
The flight back home was enjoyable and uneventful, and I landed on Andrewsfield's easterly runway just as the sun was about to set. Another wonderful day, and thank you so much for joining me. Fly safe and Shortfield out.